Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. This is part 2 of Numpy Array tutorial. This entire tutorial will be all about Numpy Array operation. So guys, first of all, we will see how we can apply indexing technique on Numpy Array, then access element slicing concept, and how to apply indexing on Numpy Array by another array. Okay, and we will see how we can find the difference between the two array and some Numpy built-in method like append, concatenate, and copy. Okay, and we will see how we can save an array in our local drive, and the same array we will be read also using numpy package. So guys, before proceeding this session, I will recommend to watch the last two session of numpy tutorial. So guys, in the first session we have seen what is numpy and how it is very useful for data scientists and analysts, and in the second session of numpy we perform lots of operation based on array. Okay, I will give you both videos link in description of this particular video. So guys, now for this video, let me go to the Jupyter notebook. So first of all, I will be import the library of NumPy. So simple import NumPy as NP. So guys, first of all, we will see how we can apply indexing or slicing concept on array. Okay. So now I am going to create a variable which is array and np dot arrange method. And here I'm going to provide 15 element. Okay. Now let me print my array. Okay, so guys, as you know, we can apply indexing concept on list data structure. So you will be use the same indexing concept in numpy also. Okay, so in case if I want to access the first element from this array, so how can I do that? So simple array of 0, right? So I can access the first element. In the same way, if I want to access the first 5 element, so first 5 elements, and here I can use array and 5. Okay, so as you know very well, the starting point by default will be 0 and the last position is 5, that will be exclusive. Okay, so it will give me the 0 1 2 3 4. Fine. And in the same way, I want to access some middle element of this array, so array of 3 and 8, and here my starting position is 3 and the last position which is 8, that will be exclusive, right? So now let me run this. Fine. In the same way, from this array, how can I access the alternative element, right? So how can I do that? So array of, and in the long bracket, my starting position is 0 by default, right? Okay, and here I'm using colon, and I'm using here another colon. It means I'm not going to define the end position. Okay, so guys, if you are not going to define your end position, so by default it will consider the entire length of your array. Okay, now here I'm using the step size, so my step size is 2. Okay, so guys, I want alternative element from the very first index, which is 0. Okay, now let me run this. So you can see that 0 and 2 4 6 8 10 and so on. Fine. So guys, to apply the slicing concept on array is the same as list data structure, right? In the same way, if I want every third element, okay, from this array, then what I will do? Simple, I can use here colon colon 3. If I want to reverse this entire array, okay, so let's suppose this is my array, and here I want reverse this array. Okay, so how can I do that? So the same concept, right? Array and -1. Simple. In the same way, someone is saying, can you give me the last 4 items from this array? So array, and here my starting position is -4 and colon. So guys, you will have last 4 element from the array. Fine. And now how we can replace an element from array? Okay, so replace an item from array. So guys, I'm going to access the last element of this array. Okay, and this particular element I want to replace by the another number. Okay, array and -1, and here I'm going to supply 15.25. So guys, can you think what will happen? So guys, first of all, this particular array will not change into float data type. Okay, and here decimal value will be truncate automatically because this array is created with integer data type. Okay, now let me run this, and here I'm going to print the array. So simple, you can see that we are going to have only the integer part from this particular value. Okay, make sense guys? Now let me create two-dimensional array and try to access element from it. Okay, so I'm going to take a variable which is array and np.arrange method, and here I want only the 12 element, and here reshape and 3 by 4. Okay, now let me run my array. So guys, from this array I want to access array of 0. Okay, so guys, it will give you the first row. Now let me run this. Okay, and now can you tell me how we can reverse this particular list? So the same concept, right? So array of 0, and here I can use the same concept as we have seen, right? Simple. In the same way, let's say if I want to access the last row, which is 2. Okay, so this is 0 and 1 and 2, and here I want to access the last two element, so simple -2 and colon 10 or 11. Fine. In the same way, if I want to access only the first two rows from two-dimensional array, so how can I do that? So guys, array and colon 2. So you can see I'm getting only the first two rows. Okay, and let's suppose I want 2 rows and 3 column. Okay, means first 2 rows and 3 column. So you can see as of now we have 3 rows and 4 column. Okay, so I want here 2 rows and 3 columns. Fine. So simple array and column 2 comma column 3. Now let me run this. So you can see here I am getting only first 2 rows and 3 column, but in my original array we have 3 rows and 4 column. Okay, in the same way I want first 2 rows and alternative column. Okay, first 2 rows and alternative column I want. Okay, so simple array and column 2. Okay, and here alternative, right? So now let me run this. So you can see here I am getting the first 2 rows and alternative column. Fine guys, and now can you tell me how we can reverse this entire array? How we can reverse this entire array? Okay, so this is my array, and now I want to reverse this array. Okay, so the first row will be 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so can you post your solution in the comment? Okay, so I will check your comment accordingly. Okay guys, now let me tell you another example. Let's say I'm going to create a my array, and here np.arrange, and I'm going to create only 1 to 7. Now let me print my array. Fine. Now let me reshape. So my array and reshape, and here I'm using 2 by 3. Okay, and let me run this. So guys, I'm using here new access method. Okay, so it is used to increase the dimension of your existing array, and it is used the slicing operator to recreate the array as well. Okay, so let's suppose my original array name, which is my array, and here I'm using np.newAccess, okay, comma and colon. So what will happen? So now let me run this. Okay, so that particular array I converted in different dimension. In the same way, in case if you are not using np.newAccess, now we have alternative method, so you can use here none, and you can pass the colon here. So you can see without np.newAccess we can achieve this. Okay, in the same way, column vector using newAccess method. So my array, and here I'm just going to reverse this condition. Okay, now np.newAccess. Now let me run this. Okay, so again we change the dimension, right? If you are going to check the dimension, how we can check? So copy and paste, and here I'm using and dim. Okay, this is the 2 dimension. In the same way, so in case if you want to check the shape, so shape will also change. So now let me use here shape method. Fine. So guys, using the newAccess method, we can increase the dimension of your array. Fine. So guys, now very important concept of NumPy array. So let's suppose how we can find the index of largest value in a NumPy array. Okay. So guys, I will be create an array. Okay. Then based on that, I want to find out the index of largest element. Okay. So there are two simple way to find the index of largest value in NumPy array. Okay. Now I am going to create a simple array. Let's say x np.array, and here I'm going to assign some random number. Okay. Now let me run this, and this is my the array x. Okay. So now guys, I want to find out the largest number from this array. Okay. So the largest number is 45. Okay. So what can I do to find the index of the largest element? So guys, what can I do? I can use here NumPy method, which is argmax, and here I can supply my array. Okay. So what would be the answer? Now let me run this. So I am getting here 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. Okay. So guys, in the same way, I can find the lowest value index as well. Okay. So lowest value index. So simple np dot argmin, and here I can pass the x. Okay. So what can I do here? X, which is np dot argmax, and here x. Okay. Now let me run this. So we are getting the 45, which is largest value in my array. In the same way, let me copy this, and here I can use min. So guys, this is 5, and which is my the lowest value in my array. Fine. So it is very good method to find the index of your largest value and lowest value. Okay. Now guys, another question is also very important. So let's suppose I want to find the index, okay, in a NumPy array by another array. So what it means? So now let me create a array. Okay. So x equal to np dot arrange, and here I want 25 element, and now I'm going to reshape, which is 5 by 5. Okay. And this is my the array, right? And now I'm going to multiply the each value of this particular array by 2.1. Okay. So I don't want this number in sequence. So now I'm going to change the array. Okay. So you can see here we have changed the array values, right? So guys, this is my the final array. Okay. And this particular array, I want to sort based on another array. Okay. So this is my the another array, which is y. Now let me print the value of y. Okay. Now let me tell you, okay, what I want. So guys, we want to arrange the matrix X based on the index in matrix Y. So guys, look at the both array, which is X and Y. We want to arrange the matrix of X based on the index in Y array. So you can see here, first of all, we are getting 3, 0, 1, 2, 4 in the first row of Y. So based on this order, I want to sort this array, or I want to arrange this array. So first element we have 3. So my answer will be 0, 1, 2, 3. It means first element I will have 6.3. And here the second index is 0. So I want the first value because the index is 0. In the same way, first index, so I want first element. Second index, so 0, 1, 2, this one. Okay. So if I'm going to show you here, so the answer will be 6.3. Okay. And 0 and 2.1 and 4.2 and 8.4. So guys, in the same way, I want to arrange each row of X based on Y. Okay. So guys, one of the way we can achieve using nested loop. So we have to apply loop over the matrix X and index it with the value in Y. But this method completely inappropriate and does not utilize the NumPy vectorization. Okay. And guys, it will give you the very poor performance also. Okay. So guys, we have a very good method in NumPy by which method we can solve this particular problem very quickly. Okay. So now let me tell you how we can do that. So guys, we have a function which is np dot take along axis. Okay. And here you can supply your both matrix. So I have X array and Y, right? And the last parameter, which is X's, and here I'm going to provide the 1. Okay. Now let me run this. So guys, look at your output. So as we have seen, we have sorted this particular first array 6.3, 0, 2.1, and 4.2, and 8.4. Okay. And in the same way, we have sorted these other rows as well based on the Y index. Okay. So guys, literally, this is a very good method to sort your array based on the another array. So guys, we can achieve this using the slicing concept as well. Okay. So what I'm doing here, np dot arrange, and here x dot shape of 0. Okay, so it is giving me 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let me print the x, right? So I'm getting here the shape of 0. So now let me tell you what will happen if I'm going to print shape of 0. So it is giving me the 5. So simple, I'm generating the 5 number. Okay, now what I'm doing, np dot arrange, and here x dot shape. Okay, I already told you it will give you the first 5 numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and here I am using colon, comma, none. See what will happen. Fine. Now what I want. So now let me copy this. And this particular result, I'm going to store x and the long bracket, this one. And here I'm going to provide the 0. Okay. So guys, now let me run this. So we are getting the 0 and first row you can see here. Okay. In case I want all the rows, so what can I do? So copy and paste. And here in place of 0, I can supply the y. Now let me run this. So you can see using this particular technique also, we can sort your array based on another array. So guys, really, these are the methods and techniques very, very important to sort your array based on another array. Okay. Now let's move to the another problem. So guys, let's suppose I have a variable which is index, and here I'm going to assign, let's say, 3 value, or I'm going to store these 3 value into the list data structure. Okay. So based on the index list, right? How can I extract the array element using NumPy? Okay. So look at your index list. We have first 0. It means I want 0 index element from array. And in the same way, I want second and fifth index element from an array. Okay. So what can I do here? Now let me create our array first. So array equal to np dot arrange, and here some values I want. Okay. So based on this index, right, I want to access the element. Okay. So how can I do that? So simple, I can use here np dot take an array and index. See, so I'm getting the 0th index element, then second index element, which is 0, 1, and 2, which is 6, and the fifth index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So guys, you can store all the index in a list and you can pass here. Okay. So whatever the index element you want from an array. Okay. And now let me tell you how we can find the difference between the array. Okay. So difference between the arrays. So guys, what I'm doing, let me create a 2 array quickly. So x equal to np dot array. And here I'm going to store some random number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 11. In the same way, I'm going to create another array. So np dot array. And here 3, 4, 10, 22, and 44. Okay. So I have these 2 array. Okay. So guys, what I want to achieve from these 2 array. So let's suppose from array X, okay, I want to remove all items that are present in array Y. Okay. Now let me repeat myself once again. From this particular array X, right, I want to remove all the items which are present in this particular array. Okay. And I will be store the result in new array and print out the resulting array as well. Okay. So now let's say print size of X array. So guys, what can I do? X dot size. Okay. And size of y array. Simple. Y dot size. Make sense? So in the array X, we have 7 element, and in the array Y, we have 5 element. Okay. So now what I'm doing here, let's say print result. Okay. And np dot set diff 1d method. And here you need to provide your variable or your array, which is X comma Y. Okay. So guys, see what will happen. So guys, I remove 3, 4, and 10 from this particular array because these three values are matching in X column. So this is set diff 1d method is very, very important to find the difference between the array. Okay. And now how we can perform append and concatenate operations on array. Okay. So guys, array equal to np dot empty, right? And here I'm going to pass the shape and int also. Now let me print the blank array. Okay, blank array, and here array. And now let me tell you the type as well. So this is the type of array. Fine. Okay, now what I want, I'm going to create a variable which is array2. So np dot append. Okay, what I'm going to append? Array, which is blank array right now. Okay, and here np dot array, I'm going to pass the 2D array, which is 2, 4, 5. And guys, here I'm using axis equal to 0. Okay, now let me close this and let me start the bracket here as well. Okay, so now I'm going to print array 2. Okay, so in the blank array, I append this particular value. In the same way, let's say array equal to np dot append. Okay, and here I'm using array2 dot np dot array, and again I'm going to pass 2D array, this one, and again axis equal to 0. Now let me print the array. Simple. So we are getting here error. Let me provide the comma, and now let me run this. Okay, so guys, you can see here we have successfully append this particular array into this array. Okay, and in the same way we can add the one-dimensional array as well. Okay, so print 1d one-dimensional array. Okay, so one-dimensional array, and here np dot append np dot array. Okay, and you can pass some values. Fine, and comma np dot array, and here you can pass some value 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now let me run this. Okay, so we can append the one-dimensional array as well. Okay, so guys, concatenating or joining of two array in NumPy is very, very easy using the NumPy built-in method. Okay, in the same way we can concatenate the 1D array as well. So concatenate one-dimensional array. So let's suppose a equal to np dot array, and here I'm going to pass 1, 2, 3, and b equal to np dot array, and here I'm going to pass 4, 5, 6. Okay, see what will happen. Some people think we can concatenating using this method or using this approach. No guys, so using this we can add the value of both array. Okay, so how we can concatenate? So first of all, I want to concatenate as a one-dimensional array. Okay, so np dot concatenate, and here you can pass both array name, which is a and b, and here I'm passing axis equal to 0. Okay, so now let me run this. In the same way, np dot concatenate, and here a comma b, and you can pass another array name as well. Okay, so let's say 10, 11 and 12, right? And again, I'm using axis equal to 0. Now let me run this once again. Okay. So guys, you can concatenate so many arrays as you want. Okay. Now in the same way, what if I'm going to change the axis? Okay. Let's suppose now let me create a new array again. So here I want 6 element and the shape will be, I want, let's say 2 by 3. Okay. And now let me print my array. Fine. Now what I'm doing here, np dot concatenate. In the list, I'm going to pass array comma array. Okay, so what will happen? So guys, this is the answer. Okay, so simple, I concatenate these two array. Okay, in the same way, if I'm going to use here np dot concatenate and array comma array, if I'm using here axis equal to 1, see what will happen. So it will give you the 0 1 2 and again 0 1 2, then 3 4 5 and 3 4 5. Okay, so now you can see here. Okay, so for this array, the dimension will be changed because we are using by default axis equal to 0. And here I'm using axis equal to 1. So this is the particular output. Okay, so guys, what if we are going to concatenate the mixed type of dimension array? Okay, so let's say np dot concatenate. And here I'm using np dot arrange and 6 element I want. Okay, and here I'm going to provide the array. Okay, so guys, what will happen? Look at the output. So here we are getting the value error. Okay, so all the input array must be the same number of dimension, right? So guys, this exception is clearly self-explanatory. Okay, so we can concatenate only same length of dimensional array. Fine. So now guys, how we can copy array? Okay, so let's suppose I'm going to create a variable array and np dot array. Okay, and simple some value I'm going to store. And now let me print my array. Now I'm going to create another variable and here I'm going to assign this particular array. Okay, now let me print this. Okay, so we make the copy into a copy array. Okay, now I'm going to access the first element of my first array. Okay, so guys, now what will happen if I'm going to change this value? So do you think this particular value will be reflect in this copy array or not? Okay, so let me tell you, let's say array of 0. I want, let's say 100. Okay, now let me print my array. So guys, you can see here, I have changed the new value 100. Okay, now if I'm going to access the copy array, what will happen? So now let me run this. Okay, so guys, the same value, which is 100, will be reflected in copy array as well. Okay, so guys, now my question is, I don't want these changes in my copy array. Okay, so let's suppose again I'm going to create another array. So np dot array, and here 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 comma 5, and this is my array 1. Now copy array equal to array1 dot copy. Okay, now this is the value of copy array. Now I'm going to change the value of array1 equal to 100. So this is the value of array, but the changes will not reflect in copy array. Okay, if you will store directly equal to and that particular existing array, what will happen? So whatever the changes you will apply in any of the array, those changes will reflect in the both array. Okay, this thing you have to remember. Okay, in the same way, let's say, so let me tell you once again. So I'm going to access again copy array, and of the index of 0, I want to store 1000. Okay, now I'm going to print array. Okay, so you can see here. Fine. And guys, in the last, we will see how we can save an array in our local drive on a specific folder location. Okay, so let me import the new library, which is import OS. And here I'm going to change the, and here I'm going to change my current working directory. Okay, so os dot chdr, and here os dot environ, and user profile plus desktop. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, np, first of all, let me generate the array. Okay. So my array equal to np.arange, and I want 24 items and reshape, which is 4 by 6. Okay. And this is my array. So this particular array I want to save as a text. Okay. So guys, np dot save text. And first of all, here you need to provide the file name. Okay. So file name equal to, let's say, my data or my array data, my array data dot txt. Okay. Here I'm using x equal to my array. Okay. Now let me run this. Okay. So guys, let me go to the desktop. So you can see here, I'm getting my array where I'm going to store this particular value. Okay. So here I'm getting the some by default format. Okay. So let me tell you what is the by default format. So we have np.saveText. So you can see we are getting this particular format. Okay. In case you want to change, yes, we can change as well. Okay. So let me copy this and paste here. And here I'm going to access the another parameter, which is format, and simple %d, which denotes the integer. And I want to supply the delimiter as well. So delimiter and by the comma. Okay. Now let me change the name 1 and let me show you once again. So guys, you can see here, we have successfully stored all the numbers in a text. Okay. In the same way, this particular file I want to read using the NumPy. How can I do that? So let me read the array. So guys, here I'm using np dot, okay, from text. Okay. And here I'm going to pass the particular file name, which is my data one. Okay. Dot txt and delimiter here the comma. Okay. Now let me run this. So guys, you can see here, I am getting this particular data, but you notice I'm getting the data in the form of float data type. Okay. Now our original data was in integer. Okay. So what can I do? So let me convert this particular data type into the integer data type. So let me copy this. And here we can pass another parameter, which is data type. Okay. Equal to integer. Now let me run this once again. Okay. So guys, now we are getting the original data from my source. Okay. So using these two methods, you can save your data, okay, in the text or in the CSV as well. In the same way, you can read the data from your text or any of the CSV. So guys, this is all about NumPy slicing on array. Okay, so we have seen several method or technique by which we can access the element from an array. And apart from this, we have seen how we can concatenate, copy array, and also find the difference between the two arrays using NumPy. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoy this session. In the next session, we will be discuss how we can split the array with different kind of techniques. So meanwhile, do practice of this session as much as you can. In case of any query, please post your comment. Thanks for watching and have a great day.